Welcome back to Argus. Pretty incredible planet here, where we will continue our adventure out here in Legion, perhaps the greatest, and of course the finale of the expansion. So our first quest is to destroy 3 Legion Devastators, and to also kill 12 demons. There's also another NPC here, who gives us a quest to heal his people, which ultimately frees them from the grasp of the Legion. And along with that, we have our other quests, of course, which are pretty simple and really basic quests, but I would say they are a great introduction into the quest lines here on Argus. And I suppose if you are well geared, you will have a very smooth and easy time through these first quests. But my character is slightly under geared, so it's a little bit of a trouble here, especially with packs of mobs running around. And once you get like 3 or 4 of them on you, it's pretty tough to get away. Anyways, you of course have to kill 12 demons, and you have to destroy these Legion Devastators. Now to do that, you of course find their locations, and their little siege machines will be surrounded with these fell crystals which rotate around, and you simply destroy all the crystals, and that will ultimately open them up to be destroyed by the Vindicaar, I'm assuming. Yeah, so I assume that the Vindicaar will shoot some kind of missile and blow up their Devastators, which is why you have to deactivate the shields around them. So after you complete these 3 quests here, you're eligible to go back to Prophet Velen and Illidan Stormrage, who will be located in a different area. But of course, do not forget about the rare elites in the area. So we have this first rare elite, and I was attacking her, but the person that did originally pull this minion was an alliance member, and they were a paladin, so they're doing like consecration and, you know, all the paladin abilities. And since I'm on a PvP server, I was taking all this damage, and at one point I almost died. So I did what any rogue would do, and I hid in the shadows and waited for the perfect moment to attack. So I simply waited till she was about 10% down, and then I attacked to tag the mob to make me eligible to loot all her stuff. And one thing I didn't notice when I received the loot was what I actually got from her. Because if you look here, this one item, this trophy, grants 12 million artifact power, and I had 2 in total. And I thought it was a typo or something, but it's not. It actually has 12 million artifact power each, granting me a total of 24 million artifact power. I also received this token here, which creates an appropriate item based on my class and spec, but not really much of an upgrade. I was really excited to see my artifact weapon, and right there I have 24 million artifact power. And from there, of course, we complete our quests, and Illidan Stormrage will give you an artifact relic. So if you don't have any 880 item level gear for your artifact relic, this would be a great place to get it. For me, it wasn't an upgrade at all, but I could switch it if I wanted the different ability trait. And we have Prophet Velen, who gives us, you know, a good chunk of gold per quest. And then we have this next quest here to destroy this odd siege weapon, just standing in the middle of here, you know, unguarded, nobody watching around. But if you look really closely to this so-called siege weapon, kind of looks like a helmet of a Legion demon. You can see the horns pointing up already from here, but this helmet has a freaking orb on top, which can shoot all around. So we have this gigantic demon just standing out of this weird pool of Legion blood or something. So I go ahead and start attacking him. He of course has 45 million health, which is a significant amount because my character only has 2 million. And at this point, I was more interested in getting a great shot of the background and of this demon rather than fighting itself, because Illidan Stormrage and Prophet Velen would do the majority of the damage here. And he actually one-shots me with his ability there because I wasn't standing in that orb that Prophet Velen has up. And one dumb thing is, if you die In this fight, you will be respawned all the way back to where you first stepped foot on the planet of Argus, which is kind of a pain because it's a pretty long walk. But you get back into the fight, hopefully before he dies, so you can finish him off. And he will trigger his ability again, so you have to get behind the light's protection so you do not get one-shotted by his ability again. So we stand here in the final seconds of this demon's life, and we slowly but surely finish him off. And there, just like that, he goes down.
Whatever that thing was, I doubt that was the only one in Sargeras' arsenal.
And it's pretty obvious that it's not, because he has a whole raid of demons coming out pretty soon. I would suspect that Illidan Stormrage would know that. But anyways, we have the next quest from Prophet Velen, which is to search for signs of resistance somewhere among this planet here. So it looks like we must head east to find the next set of quests. But I look at the mini-map here, and it still shows Prophet Velen. Like I must talk to him or something, but he has no dialogue options available. So if that happens to you, just simply ignore it and just follow the map like you should do anyways, and it would lead you to find Prophet Velen again, which for some reason he happens to be in multiple places at the same time, even when he's talking, I suppose. If only we could do that as players, that would be pretty amazing. But he simply wants us to follow him.
Be on your guard, champion. The Legion is skilled in deception. Stay close. We are being watched. This hovel feels familiar. Prepare yourself, champion. We are surrounded. Show yourselves! Velen, at long last you return to the home you abandoned. That voice. Hatun? How did you survive this hell for so long? We changed, just as Argus did. We endured. What choice did we have? I have no wish to fight you, Hatun. But I cannot allow your bitterness to impede our war against the Legion. You turned your back on your people, Prophet. Your world. Such betrayal should be answered with death. But your allies saved many of us from the Legion's grasp. Perhaps you have changed. Enough!
Stay your weapons! The Prophet and his ally are not our foes. We must stand together, all of us, if we are to have any chance of defeating the Legion.
High Exarch Turalyon, we meet at last.
Prophet Velen and Turalyon finally meet for the first time, and Turalyon gives us his first quest, which is to activate the signal crystal here. And once you do that, that will activate the beacon that will allow you to teleport from this quest zone back onto the Vindicar spaceship. It's a pretty cool feature, so we don't have to mount up and ride all the way back to the beginning. So we're able to freely transport back and forth. And once you complete that, he will add that into the navigation console on the Vindicar. And the next quest will be to walk with Turalyon, and he will show you the next quest in the storyline. But before we do that, I want to head onto the Vindicar and do a little bit of exploring. So when you open the beacon, it will show you a nice view of the map here. And of course, it will show the Vindicar on the bottom here. So you click there, and before you know it, you are back on the Vindicar spaceship. And this lady here will be the innkeeper, so if you haven't changed your Hearthstone, that's a good place to do it. and we have a mailbox. I'm just thinking, how in the world would my mail get all the way to the planet of Argus, which is so far away from Azeroth, so far away from home? But I suppose that the Netherlight Crucible is here. In this video, I didn't go down there. That's where I'm thinking that the Crucible is. And if you don't know what that is, that's basically where you can upgrade your artifact weapon, much like you did in your class hall. So next time I'll go down there and check it out. But this is the console here that will allow you to transport freely between the quest zone and the Vindicar. But after that, now it's time to walk with Turalyon.
Light guide us. For millennia, the army of the light has waged war upon the Burning Legion. Battles, skirmishes, sabotage. We were committed to our cause. Either we would end the Legion's crusade, or they would end ours. When at last our final assault on Argus began, we knew we might not survive it. And when the Zenadar was hit, it seemed all hope was lost. But the light never abandoned us. It called you here and gave us another chance at victory. What we do with that chance, that is up to us.
So once you make it to this point, Turalyon will offer you the next set of quests in the storyline. And if you look at the quest rewards for threat reduction, it actually gives you something insane. This item here will grant you 144 million artifact power, which that is insane. I thought 12 million was a lot, but imagine 144 million. But anyways, this is another great point to stop the video. And I appreciate everyone who watches my videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.